for the first talk, I would like to invite the representatives of Advantech to give us insights into their work on a smart factory. Advantech is a Taiwanese-based IoT company that is also working closely with DGU and our programs in computer science and electrical engineering to educate and train our students. So, thank you very much.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you, organizer and VU, for inviting me to this significant events about the ESG. So, firstly, I want to correct my information. So, I am the general manager of Advantech Vietnam Technology, and I believe my name is not easy for you to pronounce. So my name is Xiaobi Do. It's more easy, right? Okay. I believe for the last few days, you have learned a lot about the ESG and the different approach for decarbonization from the paper research to the real application. So from my presentation today, I will more focus on the industry and in the energy management. So ESG, from my point of view, is not the destination. It's like a journey. So it means we to approach the ESG, we need to have the long journey. It's not one destination we have to get to. And every enterprise will have different start points, and they will have a different approach to the ESG, right? Okay, so in my presentation today, we have three parts. The first one, I will share some information about ESG and ESG in Vietnam. And the second is the trend of smart manufacturing. And the last one is more focused on our solution. How can we practice the energy management in the factory to get the reduction of carbon emission? So the first slide, I would like to share about the ESG. So we all know ESG have three key pillars. The first one is environmental, second one is social, and the third is governance. And ESG is the framework. Is the framework to have the enterprise to practice for the getting to the certain level of ESG, right? And within today, my presentation is more focused on the first pillar about the environmental factor. Even though this one is still many criteria here, but I will more focus on the energy management. Energy management, yeah. So, in the Vietnam context, so we also understand that Vietnam government have very strong commitment about the decarbonization, right? And in the COP26, our Prime Minister have a strong commitment to bring Vietnam to the net zero by 2050. And this one is the surveys by PricewaterhouseCoopers in 2023 about the carbon emission. And we can see here in ASEAN Pacific, it's occupied about almost 50% of the global carbon emission. And to globally, they set the target to keep the temperature increase maximum to 1.5 degrees To do so, we need to cut down the carbon emission by 17%. But at the moment, the rate of the carbon decarbonization is at around 28%. It means we have to accelerate this process up to 6 times faster to achieve these targets. And in Vietnam, also by private PwC in 2022, they have one survey on the ESG commitment by the company. So here you can see for the foreign direct investment, they have very strong commitment on the ESG. While the big company, the listed company in there also have the positive commitment on that. But for private company and the small business, they don't have much commitment on that. And in this slide, you can see the percentage of carbon emission by industry. So by the business sector. So here you can see the manufacturing, they occupy about 24% of the total carbon emission. And in today, I will more focus on this industry sector in manufacturing. And the next, I want to share some information about the change of smart manufacturing. So I'm sorry, I stay here for more clear. So there are 3 top priority manufacturer they want to implement in the next 5 years. So the first one, about 22% of manufacturer, they want to put more priority on the growth. And about 22% of manufacturer, they more focus on the cost optimization and efficiency. And only about 16% manufacturer, they focus on, they put the digital transformation is the first priorities. And for last few years, and even now, we still heard a lot about the digital transformation. And there are 3 key topics regarding the digital transformation. The first one is the production optimization. And the second is for the reduction of loss and defective product. And the third is the energy management and carbon emission management. And in the trend of smart manufacturing, there are 3 key topics we will focus on. The first one is the highly automated factory with robots and AGV and many automated machine. And the second is the smart IoT with the conversion of the database. And the third is apply of advanced process control and digital twins. And these three priority in the manufacturing will bring the a certain factory to be the smart factory. And on top of this, we will get the decarbonization and increase the efficiency when we apply the 3 application. Yeah. And now I will go more detail in the advanced solution for energy management in the factory. So the first, I want to talk something about the advanced platform we so-called the WISE-iEMS. So WISE-iEMS is one of advanced in-house development platform. We will focus on energy management and carbon management. So our platform is including the first level here. You can see in every factory we will have many equipment and many facility from HVAC, the mechanical machine and air compressor. So a lot of equipment within the factory. And our solution will have many different gateway or the data acquisition module and edge computer to connect with the machine and get the data from machine up to the database here. The most important here, our gateway is support different industrial protocol. Because for each machine, it's from different manufacturer and with different controller. So it's not easy to get the data from machine if we don't have some firmware or middleware in that gateway to connect and to convert the data in the same format. And the second layer here, we call the WISE IoT suite. In this layer, we will have the IoT database and the application for IT management, including the generative AI and AI framework for data analytics. And we also have application for data visualization here. And our platform here can be deployed in different environments, from a public cloud to the private cloud or even on-premise. And on top of this, we have different applications. So with this application, we can do data analytics and visualization of all the data we're getting from here. So that the manager, they can have many IT tools here to monitor the factory and also to have many information for making the right decision to optimize all the production process and also to improve the machine efficiency. For example, here you can see the application for air compressor. So we will monitor all the compressor status and also the energy consumption. And we also have some information, for example, the vibration the data. And from that data, we can do some like predictive maintenance, or we can do like energy optimization for each machine here. And in the higher layer here, we will have other application for the total factory energy management and the carbon management. So I will go more detail in the next slide. And our platform can be deployed and support to different vertical application, from manufacturing to the smart city, even in the hotel or hospital. And our platform is not work alone. They can allow us to connect to other platforms. For example, MES or ERP. So we can do the API connection here, so that we can get not only the data from machine, but the data from the higher management also. For example, we can connect the sales information. For example, the customer orders or the production planning. And many data here will have to create the different data sets to make the more useful information for the factory manager to understand about the production line and to have the right decision on the management. And here I go more detail about the platform. So as I mentioned, this platform will more focus on energy management and carbon management. Why we can do that? So we know that from our solution, we can get different data from one machine, from any equipment in the factory floor, even the HVAC, compressor, any machine, or even the some like environments, wet treatment areas. And with the data we get from the factory, we can see the real energy consumption for each machine or in the certain production areas. And by setting the KPI for each machine or even for the one production line, so the manager, they can tracking all the performance and also the energy consumption. And they can have reviews by month, by quarter, and by year. So they can see how they optimize the whole factory energy consumption. And they can set the new KPI or new targets for the next production schedule. And here we also have many statistics information and the notice about the carbon emission. And they can see the hotspot. It means the areas they have the high emission rate. So they can look into the detail and to find out to figure out the solution to cut down the carbon emission on those areas. And for energy here, we also provide the tool for energy analytics and forecast. Because in the factory, the energy consumption is not constant. It been changeable time by time. It depends on the production volume and also depend on the time the machine is running. So we can have very detailed information about the energy consumption, and we can have a forecast for the future energy consumption. And from there, when we have a forecast for the energy consumption, we can make plan to get the different power source. For example, from the grid or from the recycle power from the solar to have optimize the power consumption from the green power. Yeah, so we can make a plan to get the recycle energy. And in this platform, we have one application for the carbon report. So this application we make on the ISO standards. So we comply with different ISO standards about the carbon report. Because we know well that now many countries, especially for Europe, we have CBAM, we mean Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. So many manufacturers here, if they want to export their product to Europe, they have to comply the carbon reports. So our platform will have one any factory to monitor the carbon emission and to have to audit the carbon status and to make very detailed the carbon footprint for every product so that they can comply to Europe policy, carbon policy. Yeah. And in our platform, we not only focus on energy management or carbon emission, but we also support the manufacturer to get the more results. When they apply our platform, they not only target to the carbon or energy management, but they also get some benefits, other benefits. For example, by apply the digital transformation in the factory and the machine monitoring, they can get the different data from machine, so they can have like a predictive maintenance. Yeah. For example, in this application, we have a different vibration sensor to install in the motor, so they can get with our sensor. They already built in the AI algorithm here, so we will understand the health of the motor, and from there they can have many information whether the motor is in the good status or is have some problem, so that they have the plan to replace or maintain the motor in the good, so that they can avoid the broken of motor. And by this application, we also cut down the energy consumption of the motor, because if the motor is not in good condition, so they will consume more energy, more power, right? And this one is, this application can have to cut down up to 25% of maintenance costs and up to 70% of machine breakdowns, and increase the production time. It means the runtime of the machine is up to 20%. And here is many benefits when we apply the our platform in the factory floor. For energy, we can save up to 10% in overall. And for the efficiency, even we can increase to 90%. And we can increase the lifetime of the equipment up to 30%. So by applying this solution, it's not only target to the energy management or the carbon, cut down the carbon emission, but we also gain different benefits. Yeah. And here is some application in our platform for carbon management, energy management, equipment intelligence management, and energy saving. So we can see here we have EcoWatt Enterprise. We have carbon you mean the carbon reports? Yeah. And we have many machine management here. Yeah. Okay, so because the time is not enough, I cannot go in detail. So I go very fast, quick through this one. So our platform, we get the certificate from TUV for the following ISO standard. Yeah. And we have many successful story here. So I just go very fast through. Okay, so the last one, I have some brief information about the Avantech. So Avantech is the Taiwanese group, and we start from 1983. And in Vietnam, we officially have Avantech Vietnam in 2018. Yes, and every year we have around 2 billion USD revenues, and the worldwide presence in Europe, in the US, in many countries, around 29 countries now we have a presence. Yeah. Okay. And last but not least, Avantech, we also practice the ESG in our corporate. So Avantech, we also get the very high rank in the ESG. We are the top 5% of global enterprise about the energy levels. Yeah. Yeah, that is my presentation today. Thank you very much for your listening. Yeah.
Thank you very much for this fantastic talk. I can't imagine a better introduction talk to our session on Smart Factory.